Alrighty, it is that time again. My name is Adam Molina. I take a little bit of time out of each week. I'm going to start making these videos, so maybe you've seen some of the other ones, maybe you haven't, but go ahead and subscribe to the channel and you'll be updated each time I post a video. But this is my company, AMA United, and I started in 2011 helping truckers with insurance. So what I do is I have a book. I've been jotting down different ideas and thoughts of YouTube videos. I've actually been preparing for this for like 10 years. Crazy, right? But oftentimes things come across my desk that I'm like, I wish everybody knew this, or I wish I could tell everybody. Just didn't feel comfortable making videos yet. I'm okay with it now, putting my face out there, my name and my email, everything. But I'm just gonna randomly pick a subject and go from there. All right, got it. Is rated insurance different from non-rated insurance? So maybe you're an insurance agent, or maybe you're a trucking company, or maybe you're a broker and you're interested in what this would do. Well, what this channel can provide you. Well, today's topic is kind of in the weeds for most people, but you will be looking at it when approached by an insurance company or an insurance agent. So what a non-rated versus a rated insurance company has to do is purely with the assessment of that insurance company. So like AM Best or other services do a deep dive and analyze all the financials of an insurance company, and they assess them a score, A rating, B rating, and so on. So you can Google a lot of these things, so I won't go too deep into it, but I really want you to at least hear it one time, send you on the right direction so that you'll be able to do your own research or ask the right questions to agents that are soliciting their business to you. So a rated insurance company has a certain financial strength that has been assessed, and that is how they get like an A rating. For example, Berkshire Hathaway has an A rating. That means that, I'll give you a hypothetical, that means that if the entire East Coast gets damaged by a heavy hurricane, that Berkshire Hathaway has the ability to pay all those claims and still stay in business from East Coast to West Coast and be able to handle business continuously without having to shut down. A non-rated company just has not been investigated to that extent. Whether they're new or they're small or they're foreign-based company, they just do not have the financial documents on hand for these large agencies that give these scores to assess their business. So how does that play a role with you as you're shopping around for insurance? Almost none, right? As you're shopping for insurance, you may not even know that you're being presented a non-rated carrier insurance policy. So it isn't until you actually go book a load that one of the brokers lets you know, hey, this is a non-rated carrier, we can't take this one. We need you to have a rated insurance, or they may say a very specific rating. We need you to have an A-rated insurance or a B-rated or better insurance. So they may be more specific with it, and a lot of times clients don't know until they're trying to book that load. So that's why I wanted to make this video and let you just know that rating plays a factor with some brokers, factoring companies even. I know there's several factoring companies that only accept A-rated insurance companies. So, trucking insurance tips, right? I'm supposed to help you out. I'm not supposed to just tell you what's going on. I'm supposed to give you a tip. So if you watch this far, you're going to get some valuable knowledge right now. So a non-rated carrier usually will have the option to purchase what's called an endorsement. So you can Google that term to see how it applies to the trucking industry, but an endorsement changes the policy by maybe adding a driver, that's an endorsement. Maybe lowering or increasing coverage, that's an endorsement. But you can also purchase sometimes a rated carrier company's endorsement, meaning a non-rated insurance company is backed by a rated insurance company. And therefore, they issue a letter to you upon, usually it's like 3 to 5% of the total policy. If you're paying $30,000 a year for 3 trucks and you need to increase to an A rating, multiply it by 3%, and add that to your price, and that's the cost of the endorsement. That's just a rule of thumb. It could be 5% or even more. But the rating plays a factor when you're dealing with brokers or factoring companies and when you're filing claims, right? Because if they've just taken a huge hit on the East Coast, but you're on the West Coast, and a non-rated company has used all their money to pay for that East Coast claims, they might file bankruptcy instead of paying your claim. That's no slam on a non-rated carrier. That's just what the financial strength signifies. Maybe they're just so new that they have not offered their financials to any sort of regulatory agency, regulatory industry such as AM Best. But rating is also a factor when you're dealing with how you get the quote. So sometimes you'll get a quote for $15,000 a year from a rated company and $15,000 a year for a non-rated company. You're like, okay, well, same price, right? Well, aside from the fact that some brokers may have some requirements that would require an endorsement or not allow you to work for them at all, there is something that's a little bit deeper into this, and this is where the tip comes along that I'm going to provide you. It is trucking insurance tips, so here's the tip. If you have a non-rated company quoting you, they may sell you the policy and then do what's called back-end underwriting. So a back-end underwriting is after you buy the policy, they will ask for supplemental information, additional information, and this additional information can cost money, right? So, in other words, they may ask you to sign a document like there's no team driving, and you say, I'm not going to sign that document, I do team driving. Why didn't they ask me that before? And if you don't sign that document, they would cancel your policy. Or if you say, no, I'm not going to sign it, I want you to endorse team driving, a $15,000 policy could turn out to be a $40,000 policy. That is from real experience. So it is something that happens out there in the industry. Make sure I was recording. I have this not to be fancy, but there's a lot of echo in this room. Anyway, this is Trucking Insurance Tips, non-rated versus rated insurance companies. I have a whole slew of ideas. If there's questions you have on other things, let me know. I do this off the top of my head just based on the experience I have with insurance companies and truckers since 2007 till now, 2023. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Do what us YouTubers say. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't even have notifications on any of my subscriptions, so I don't tell you to do that. But if you do, you'll see the next video I do. And let's just see, off the top of my head, I'll do the next video later this week as, kind of fitting, competitive-based insurance versus solution-based insurance. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you are a trucker and you'd like to get an insurance quote, holler at me at the information above. Take care. Bye-bye.